And I know no matter what happens, this is what we live for, but I'm going to win the Arnold, and we're going to get top 5 at the Olympia in 2 weeks. So that's the goal. And, like I said, I feel confident and I feel ready. I don't think I retained much water from these flights.
No.
You know why?
Because my body's moving and grooving. Key. Got it. Check.
Yeah, you're in control of the key.
Yeah, no. I feel like I'm in control of a lot of things.
You are. You already know what I'm gonna say. I did my job. These last few days are his turn now. No pressure though.
Alright guys, what's up? It is Wednesday. Nick is 3 days out of the Arnold. We decided a while back to come into Columbus on Wednesday and kind of replicate the same exact thing that we did going into New York. We got to New York Wednesday night. We had a little hiccup that day with travel.
It was pretty smooth sailing up to the second flight. We had a slight delay, but it's fine, no big deal.
From my side of things, I wanted to get Nick here early
to get myself acclimated to the weather.
Just allow him to get his body just kind of used to this environment.
I'm used to living in the sun, so it's a little rainy here, but it's fine. I'm used to that from when I used to live in Jersey.
So I honestly foresee this allowing him to even dry out anymore because it's so humid where we live in Florida. So I think that's going to be a positive thing for him.
But overall I feel good. I feel ready, and this is the moment that me and Matt have waited for. These are the moments that we get to share together. These are the moments, that we enjoy.
As we've discussed, as you guys have seen on his channel, as we talked about in posts, I'm just excited to just enjoy this process with him together. Just be more relaxed, be him and I, and just really get to go through every step of this together.
Like he said, we always just talk about doing everything together, and this is one of those moments.
As a team, which has been a big part of everything that we've been about, is doing it as a team. And one thing that Nick has kind of brought to my attention that I want to lead into training, which I honestly agree with, is that the past few weeks he's kind of transitioned, and many of you guys know my philosophy in terms of really working up hard to a top set, maximizing effort within that top set, and then either maintaining that weight for one more set or backing off the weight.
But overall, it was a good shoulder workout. Had a nice little pump there.
Nick had brought to my attention that he's kind of shifted to more of a volume style approach on the days that I've not been able to train with him. But with where he's at in terms of his development, I think it's a very wise choice. I think it was a smart decision for him because there's less risk involved. So with this point, with where his body fat levels are at,
I stuck to a weight that I could sustain for a few sets.
He essentially has less energy there to give to that top set. But in another essence, that's okay, because realistically what we're trying to achieve here is just to stimulate the muscle. And in his case, from a developmental standpoint, he is so developed, so it's not like we're having to make 5 to 10 pounds of stage weight jumps a year. That's not our focal point. It's more so just refinement, more so just getting more maturity to the muscle, which really, with his process, it's just going to take time. I mean, that's the biggest factor there. So even today, in our session today, and I say this a lot anytime we get into a final week, if you guys have seen any of my videos in the past, but my goal within these training sessions the past few days and leading into the show is not to just try to be that, quote unquote coach and push Nick in the gym, but more so just be there for him mentally. And give that kind of mental support to him. But I really let him lead the training today in terms of the sets that he wanted to do. Now obviously I'm going to be there as a governor. I think if we're doing too much, then I'll tell him to pull back. But there's not ego involved in this for me in terms of my way or Nick's way. It's more so, again, as I discussed earlier on, just kind of joining together as a team, making sure that he's confident and comfortable with the plan that we're doing. And then I'm just helping on the back end drive what needs to be driven in terms of, I'm sure you guys are going to see at one point during the training session tonight, we were having fun. He took his shirt off, but that was more so an assessment for me because that's the first time I've seen him all day with a full day of travel. So I wanted to see, flatness versus fullness, if he was carrying any water from the flight, how he was responding in the gym, because I did pull calories back today, carbohydrates back today, just to keep his body stable as we're going through this process. I didn't want to overly fill him up today to create a watery environment through the travel. So, everything that we're doing, there's a method for it, there's a reason for it. Tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to start the, quote unquote, drying out process, for lack of a better word. Sometimes I hate that term because he's already dry as is, but just the final manipulations. I am somebody that's a huge believer that peak weeks actually work when they're done properly, and that you can really create a significant amount of percentage-based change in terms of somebody's physique. So we're going to start that process in the morning. He's got one more meal to eat tonight, and then we're going to wake up in the morning and do it all over again.
For the site, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'll put them up again today. That shirts will be released Monday.
Yeah, but make sure you put on their pre-orders.
Right. I've been getting a lot of messages, so a lot of people are
So
ready.
they know what are pre-orders.
Well, a lot of people are ready, so.
I told her to be ready.
Was Dad working, right?
Yeah.
So what time would you get here, like 5?
No, it's only 8 hours.
Oh, they're driving. Mom, I'm a bodybuilder. I don't do math. You know what I mean?
Great. I'm hoping to be there by 3 or 4 at the latest. So I'd like to be there before. That's my goal, because we're probably going to stop a couple times. We're old, we have to pay and whatever.
Yeah, I know. Here. Oh, can I get this something to eat? I gotta get this snack. I'm gonna get this sandwich. Yeah, I know how you are.
No, we're packing snacks, so but we're still.
Yeah. Knowing you, within the first hour, snacks gone. Oh, I ate them all. Can we stop here?
That's your dad. He'll be eating them so he stays awake.
Just load him up on some
It's a
Celsius.
boring drive.
Give him a bunch of Celsius drinks. Don't get no measuring. People aren't allowed to see my measuring. This is the Matt Jansen, Nick Walker protocol. Chest buys? Or chest buys. Chest back. A little try. Something quick. We do cardio?
No cardio.
Little bike ride? Little pedal to the metal?
I mean, if you want to do like 10 minutes, maybe.
Little calf? Little quad? Little hammy? Little all? Hit some ass cheeks. Make sure my striations are good to go. Now that bone ache's out, I gotta make sure I'm the one with the best condition from the back. I probably will be.
I definitely want to pose in the gym afterwards.
So what are you saying, my friend?
Huh?
Should I bring my trunks? Cause I ain't got nothing going on under here.
Yes, you should bring your trunk. What did you wore briefs last time? You can just wear briefs if you want.
I'll bring my trunks.
What's up, guys? It is Thursday afternoon, about 4:30. Nick's about 40 hours out from the show right now. I want to kind of walk you through the variables that are going through my mind right now to start the day, going through the training session. So basically, when it comes to the 2-day out period of time, the first thing that I like to manipulate first and foremost is water. So that's one change that we make a manipulation in right away on Thursday morning. We start to control water more. So in terms of spacing between meals, and then also just reducing total quantity of water. And then what I like to do, and this is why I really like to be in person as often as I can, because I really look at snapshots in time of, okay, we changed one variable being water. What did that do? We changed another variable, meaning maybe from meal 1 to meal 2, we increased another 20 grams of carbohydrates, maybe 5 grams of fat. What did that little change in macronutrients do at that point in time? And then I just continue to make these changes. So I would say, in terms of my, I guess, anxiety, for lack of a better word, Once we finish the final workout, which we just went through, we chained chest, back, and a little triceps. That's when I really like to be as hands-on as possible. I like to be in the same room. I like to be checking in as often as I can, because this is the part where I feel like I really have control, and this is the part that I feel like I can really make a difference. So now our process is just me being in here, making small changes. So basically this morning I manipulated his water a little bit, and then really honestly I kept his food very similar, not to what it was yesterday because it was a travel day, but more so what his food looked like on Monday and Tuesday this week. So kind of seeing that image of what he was looking like on Monday and Tuesday, I used that in relation to what he looked like today, with the only change being, let's say, Monday and Tuesday he had twice the amount of water post-training that he had today. And then what did that yield in terms of look? And now post-workout, we're starting to keep the water consistent with what I laid out this morning. So the water has not changed, and now the variable is that the food is starting to go up in terms of carbohydrates and in terms of fats. And I've actually pulled his protein down a little bit more today. So that's where we're at in this moment in time. But I said this is the part that I really hold. I hold a lot on myself. I like the room to kind of just be calm and quiet so I can think, so I can stay focused. I think, within the variables that I have on my plate between working for my athletes, the companies, Raw, Revive, I have a lot of things that go in and out of my phone, in and out of my mind. But I'm trying to purposely just kind of slow everything down the next few days. And again, for the Olympia, just to make sure that I'm as sharp as possible and I'm making the right judgment calls for Nick and Sean come 2 weeks. Because they put so much into this for so much time. And now, the opportunity, responsibility really falls on me to make sure that all the work that they did is really reflected within what the final look comes on stage. So that's where we're at right now, just making small minor adjustments to meals, letting him relax, assessing what's going on, seeing if we need more or less. I also like to use weight as a variable that I like to track, just because it's always something that we can pinpoint to see how he continues to flush water throughout the day, to see if we bring carbohydrates over 2 meals up 100 grams of carbs, what does that do to his weight in terms of what maybe it would have done 2 days ago. So these are all little things that I continue to monitor all the way through. We'll continue to check his weight. More so than that, I'll continue to check his look. With Nick specifically, a few things that I'm looking for are just the pop within his quads. From this point going forward, just to make sure that they're full of life, essentially, as he poses. Also his chest, I can see a difference between flat and full in terms of when his chest contracts. He's in incredible shape right now, so he has more striations when he's fuller. So that's also something that I'm looking for. And then just small details within his serratus, small details in his arms. These things all pop and come to life the fuller that he gets. So those will all continue to be things that I just monitor throughout the rest of the day today, and then going into tomorrow. So really the rest of the day today is just really relaxed. We're just going to hang out here. We have his first coat of tan tonight by Protan. Alyssa's been awesome and gracious to be able to come help us with that, so we're excited to get that process underway. She makes it very just relaxed and calm, so we appreciate her a lot. And that's it. This hair hasn't been shaved since the New York Pro back here.
Can't reach.
This is his second coat, so I put together a good mix for bodybuilders that helps not move the color, and it really just adheres to their skin really well. He takes color incredibly well, preps his skin really good, but it makes it easier. Excuse the mess, we've been working all weekend.
Who else did you tell me?
Steve, Akeem, Jen.
Jen.
Do you find it easier to be sprayed or painted?
Painted.
Whole time you go on like a little bit of cruise control.
Yeah. Reese's. Carbon up. He's going for a big pump. My man is no baller. Kobe. Quarter. Quarter. Good quarter. Good, front double. Last spread. Excellent job, side chest. Back double. Glutes ain't never looked like that before, man. I can tell you that. Good. Lat spread. Hit one more back double. Job, buddy. Real good, man. That was awesome. Keep going.
All right, guys, so it is Friday afternoon. We just looked at Nick after 2 meals. We're basically eating, resting, posing in between each meal right now. One of the biggest things that I'm looking for in terms of meal by meal response is kind of just fine tuning every single variable that we can. So I laid out meal 1 for him, which was steak, rice, fats from macadamia nut oil, asparagus. I saw the response from that, and then we made and banana. I saw the response from that. We made a slight change going from steak to turkey. And then I actually pulled back a little bit on the asparagus because as I remove the water, I don't want to keep too much fibrous or insoluble fiber via vegetables in play as well. And then I just looked at him again after the second meal. So this is kind of the part that I put a lot on myself. I'm expecting perfection tomorrow, and a lot of that comes down to the decision-making process that I'm making. So this is when, again, as I said yesterday, like I don't really like to leave Nick, and it's not because I don't trust him. It's because like I just want to make sure that we have control of every single thing, literally up to the point, you know, tomorrow where he goes backstage. So as of now, since the second meal and the response from the second meal went so well, we're just going to continue that process. So he very well might eat the same macronutrient sources for meal 2, meal 3, meal 4 the rest of the day, and then I'll just manipulate the amounts from there. So that's where we're at. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon on Friday. This time tomorrow we'll know exactly where he stands, and we'll continue to keep you posted as we go through the day. That's right. Tight chest. Good. There you go. Good. Haven't done. Most muscular. Other one. That looks so good.
Retarded.
Yeah.
That's retarded.
I was just coming out that on the eye and it just, yeah, it was so wide. Jump.
Insane thickness, brother. Insane thickness I saw.
Where? Right here?
Back.
Yeah, we grew.
Yeah, I'd
Yes,
say
you did.
a little bit.
We're a couple pounds heavier than New York and
I
later.
think you have more detail.
You have way more.
You have more detail now and everything.
Oh yeah.
And bigger volume. More detail. Yeah.
You do look different.
What?
You do look different.
Oh shit, I should.
A lot of
Just
people,
saying.
man, but a lot of people don't.
I know.
You know? A lot of
If you
people-
don't improve, I mean, show after show, depending, you know, how many shows you do a year at least.
Yeah, but it's like the rate that you're doing it is what's like great.
I'm fucking. I don't even know what to call myself, you know? That's how good I am.
Not normal.
He's a mutant.
The
I'm a
mutant.
mutant.
That's for sure.
I'm not,
That's
I'm
the
not
thing.
human,
You
baby.
take from show to show.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
She says, well, I'm not. I'm like, I didn't care. I didn't
I'd be
answer.
like, okay.
I'm like,
You
okay.
say, no, I'm here for one of the weddings.
No
That's
one- no
did
one
you see
fucking
what-
asked
Did you
you.
read my story with that numbnut said to me?
Yeah.
Yes.
What an idiot.
That was awesome.
What an idiot.
I was laughing. I was like,
That was the most uncomfortable 30 seconds. I'm like, thinking he's like, oh yeah, the Arnold. And he's like, well, what's he competing in? What?
This one?
How's your sleep last night?
Pretty good.
That's fine.
Popped some Benadryl and I was golden.
Ever since Dr. Dog died, that has become the crowd favorite.
After it aired, we actually ran out of hamburger meat and buns, and we had to run to the store just so we could feed all the customers. And we fed everybody that day. Changed our lives.
We either come into the
For
burger or special. We always get special. Thursdays is chicken fried steak day. On Wednesdays you get enchiladas. Wait, you know the special by heart? Oh yeah. Enchiladas?
Here's your enchiladas. Honey, enjoy.
go ahead and take a step forward.
Beans and side of rice with these 3 amazing
enchiladas or Tex-Mex style, we use ground beef, fried
Quarter.
onions and peppers, black pepper, chili powder, garlic powder, salt, cilantro, 3 tortillas. We put our filling inside. And then it comes
There's
with
chefs
gravy,
there.
vegetable oil, water, flour, beef
Front
bouillon,
double.
chili powder, garlic powder, and pepper, salt. We pick that down to a nice brown gravy color. Last, we top it with shredded cheese and white onion.
It's awesome. It's like the same meat that comes out of the burger, but just kind of spiced a little bit. It's great.
The gravy.
That's good.
All restaurants on one hand. What a lot of locals tell me the joint you need to check out is right here at Brickhouse Cafe.
The panini caprese.
It's not typical Northwest 1940.
Side chest.
Aloha.
Hey guys, how are ya?
But I know what you're asking. You're saying, hey guys, what are all the other chicken meat joints up to? We got about 5 minutes. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Let's roll 2.
Back double. Pull your trunks up on that right sheet.
We had 8 family roots in Cape. I'll make a living for herself in Seattle.
Just decided I need to be back here with my family.
So she moved back to turn an empty old house into this joint in 05. What kind of food do you do here at the Brick House?
We just sort of do whatever.
That's right.
Cheeseburger. It's comfort food with elegance. Espresso barbecue pulled pork sandwich.
It's excellent. It's got espresso in the barbecue, so it's got kind of a earthy, savory flavor to it.
Shot Nick. Side tricep.
Everybody wishes they had in their town. A cozy Italian joint. Full, real deal. That looks like a pork butt.
Adding pork butter. We're making a dry rub. Start with kosher salt, black sugar, white sugar, garlic powder, paprika,
Most must get.
pepper, brown
Get the
mustard,
hand on the head.
cumin, and ginger. Rub it all up.
She kind of give me some Jack Black looks.
Think about it.
Good job, man. You did a good
You're
job.
only rocking part-time.
253 looks
So, take
Good.
our butt, cut slits in the top,
I mean,
chest
like the
and
fullness
lower
in his
belly.
chest and his back.
Then we take our
I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't lose any sharpness, I don't think, from earlier.
No.
service film.
But you can see when as soon as he hits the front relax, it's
Yeah.
just like
Full everywhere.
full.
Yeah.
Feel this.
Right?
Not gonna make it.
All right, so we just went through another round of posing. Nick's had 5 meals. It's 9:42 at night. I want to try to keep him as much on his normal routine as possible, so we're going to try to shut it down by 10:30 tonight. And then tomorrow I've been going back and forth in terms of how many meals I want to give him in the morning. Probably he'll have 2 meals in the morning. I honestly couldn't be happier with the way that he looks right now in terms of just overall look, fullness, dryness, condition. He's in a really good spot. So what we're gonna do tonight is I basically kept the last 4 meals have pretty much been identical with manipulating fats just a little bit. And then I continue to bring the water down slightly but not fully out. So he's gonna have 1 more meal tonight and then 1 more meal throughout the night. And I feel like that's gonna put him in a really good position to wake up in the morning. We'll probably have 1 meal around 7:30 tomorrow, another meal around 10, and then he'll be good to go. This has been a lot of fun tonight. I've been very relaxed. I feel like with the amount of expectations and pressure that we have, self-induced, externally induced, in this room, outside of this room, it's been a lot of fun. And also too, I made a post yesterday. I talked about it a little bit, but just like really trying to just clear my mind. And not trying to be doing 100 things at once, which I feel like I'm often doing. So it's been nice for me to just be more relaxed and just really be able to focus on Nick. And we went to his meeting earlier. That went well. We actually were able to get his tanning done earlier, so that way tonight he could just hang out in the house, in the room all night. We've had Matt here with us, just cutting up, laughing. And it's been good. So Matt's cooking popcorn at the moment. But anyway. So he is another kind of just tidbit about the way that I like to peak people. I would say that 9.5 times out of 10, if you have a guy the day before a show and his weight really goes up, or even goes up to what it normally does on any other previous day, that you kind of missed the mark. So I've wanted Nick to be right around 252, 253 all day. That's right where he's at right now. And as the water continues to go out, as he's getting more dehydrated, I don't expect him to flush at his normal rate overnight either, So it's kind of a push and pull balancing act there. But I really wanted to keep his weight right where it was this morning and then just continue to get fuller as we get the water out today, and that's what he's been able to do. So that's where we're at. Very excited for tomorrow. I honestly can't wait. I just can't wait for everybody to see him. And, and this is the opportunity that we get to show that he does, he belongs up here. And he's going to stand with all these guys, and he's going to expose them. So
let's fucking go right now. Let's go beat everybody. Fuck.
Patience, my young. Ready? Ready. Definitely ready.
From New York, New York.
Let's go, Nick! Come on, Nick, every shot! Every shot! Blow it out, baby, blow it out! Let's go, Nick!
Front double bicep.
Every shot, buddy, every shot! Blow it out!
Quarter turn right.
Hit it quick! Hit your glutes quick! Go after him! Come on, buddy! Good.
Quarter turn.
Set him! Set him!
Please welcome
the guy
from Top
that's
City,
battling
Florida.
for the top
Nick
spot based on what we've
Walker.
seen at prejudging. This is Mr. Nick Walker.
$10,000 riches, and of course, the Franco Colombo Most Muscular Award. Congratulations, Nick. Victor, please take the second place award. The second place check for $75,000 to our runner-up this evening. Ian Bellier.
$230,000. The Olympia qualification and the title of 2021 Arnold Classic champion to our winner, Nick Walker.